RCF Program Principles. Really, it's broken down into a few simple categories. The finder's fee structure is the most major. Our performance metrics, such as the ACQ, the RCF has nothing to do with the members. That is internal to the board. The ACQ is the member metric. We have the Nurturely Plus platform, prompt response lead to response times to your leads, or TTLs, which stands for time to lead, if it's in seconds or hours, whatever it is. Then we've got RCF University. Finally, I added this in here. I wasn't sure if I needed to, but the scoring system for potential members. So that's a little different than the ACQ. The finder's fee structure, it's a flat $250 for every recurring client secured through the RCF program. The fee is only applicable upon successful acquisition. That means that you've cleaned for them once, you've gotten a payment from them. So they have signed up for monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, daily, 2 times weekly, whatever it is, a recurring, regular service. It has to be at least monthly. So if it's every other month, keep it. That's free, including one-time clients. So if someone says, hey, I'm just interested in a one-time clean, they are completely free. Now, every lead that's generated will indicate what they want. So, for example, if your leads are saying they want bi-weekly cleans, but you keep changing it to that they just want one-time cleaning, your ACQ score is going to, it's not going to suffer because you're still winning the deal. But that will alert the board to look into that, because it is very rare for leads with recurring interest to only opt for a one-time clean. And the reason they do that is because they are unsatisfied with the service. So it's very easy to tell who's trying to skirt the finder's fee. And as soon as that happens, it's a very quick expulsion process. That member will be banned from the program completely. The ACQ, again, I just briefly mentioned. So the ACQ takes into account every prospect, every client that you win, even the ones that we don't get finder's fees for, right? So even your one-time client wins count for your ACQ, and that's major, because of course that gives you quarterly medal points, and that leads into your ACQ annual awards. If that's the first time you've heard about those awards or medal races, you can scroll down here. That's within RCFU. We just added that in September 2023, so just brush up on that if you need to. When combined, the ACQ make up what's called the RCFI. I will show you here real quick a snapshot of what the RCF scorecard looks like today. We have CNBC at the top, Dayton and Myrtle Beach rounding out the podium. On deck, we have Orlando, Denver, Chicago, and then on the bubble is New Bedford, Tacoma, and CMC. We're still quite early within this program. We've got a lot of negatives on the board. And quite frankly, the negatives are unacceptable. But we have a lot of folks in here that don't have their full 90 days worth of data. It's important to remember that this always looks back 90 days. So today is September 26th. We look back to June 28th. Tomorrow, we'll look back to June 29th and forward. So it's kind of like a moving window. And this is always like 90 days worth. So Dayton has, we've sent them 152 opportunities in the last 90 days. They have delivered estimates to 63 of them and closed 17 of them. So we track this and update it every single day. And the ACQ is the score. It stands for the acquisition cost quotient. And that is how we rank our members, and we see who we can invest more money into and who we need to stop investing in. The negative ACQ scores ultimately end up hurting your program standing, and if it stays negative for too long, you'll be expelled. We're also introducing something called the ACQ tax, which will take effect January 1st, 2024. You can also check that in the left-hand column here and see the update on that. That basically means members who are in the negative at the end of the month will pay a tax for how much they are negative. So for more on that, just check that in the sidebar. We don't need to get too sidetracked, but I wanted to show you what this scorecard looks like. And so as we bring in more classes from RCFU, we will add more of these assets, more of these members to this. And the goal, of course, get a medal, first, second, or third. The Nurturely Plus program, like I said, is our CRM platform. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. That's all it is. Or contact relationship management. So all of your business contacts under one hub. How can you manage those? So we use Nurturely Plus. The most important places you're going to be at in Nurturely Plus is the Conversations tab, the dashboard, and calendars. So you'll be able to see a comprehensive view of all of your opportunities. You'll also be in your opportunities tab, kind of just managing all of them and responding to each lead as they come in, whether it's an email, a text message, a Facebook message, whatever it is, all in that hub. While Nurturely Plus is accessible on smartphones via the Lead Connector app, it's most powerful on a computer, on any computer, you can access it. The RCF requires swift response times to leads. If you just think about it, if yourself, like with your home or apartment or wherever you live, if you needed some work done, if you needed help with something with your home and you called for that help and never heard back, you'd be upset. If they take long to get back to you every time, you'd be upset. So remember this when people contact your cleaning company. They're all thinking the same thing about you if you're not able to get back to them in time. So the RCF puts paramount emphasis on prompt response times. RCF University, this is where you're at. This is your training hub. I said it wasn't a course, more like training, a curriculum, just kind of helping you stay up to date on the entire program and laying it all out in an organized manner so you can always refer back to it if you have any questions as well. RCF University is entirely free to anyone and everyone who wants to enroll, but RCF membership, again, is not granted without an application token. So that means if you found RCF University without applying for RCF membership, that would apply to you. But if you found RCF University because you applied first, you can pretty much ignore everything I just said there. You've got your assessments in there. You've got Intro to the RCF. We've got Nurturely Plus 101. And then we have, for our potential members only, the Practical Assessment Strategy exam. Time frame: after applying, after being approved or accepted, you should graduate RCF University within 30 days. Failure to do so will result in an automatic application decline, and you will have to reapply to the program, but you can't do it more than twice. You can't do it more than one time every 6 months. So if you don't graduate within that 30 days, you got to reapply in 6 months after that. For the application for the potential members, we look at 5 areas. Team: how big is your team? What are your intentions to grow your team? What are your intentions to grow your company as far as revenue? What's your follow-up process like? What is your current acquisition performance? And then an overall application score based on how you answer everything. So there is a score that we want you to reach based on all these things as you are applying, and then we take the top tier of those applicants and push them through RCF University. So that kind of explains a little bit more of our program principles here, the most important aspects. Of course, even through this 10-minute lengthy video, it's tough to cover every aspect, but I hope RCF University is doing its job and answering your questions for you. If you find that it isn't, please reach out to Darcy so that we can get that taken care of as soon as possible. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.